Yeah, started streaming, and then like I didn't quite do it right, and then like I was basically talking to myself for 20, 30 plus minutes, and it was heartbreaking.
Oh
My
no.
little, my little heart.
And everybody's just waiting for the stream to start.
Yeah, like, well, like I noticed someone was like, "Yo, is the stream starting?" I was like, what?" Good times all around. Mistakes were made. Okay, okay, the stream looks great, fantastic. Okay, so
Oh no.
my little heart.
And everybody's
So
just waiting for the stream to start.
yeah, like, well, like I noticed someone's like, "Yo, sound seems okay. Let's do it." Let's put it on Discord. All right, cool, we're good. So we are here with Simon Lioznyansky. Did I say it right?
Perfect. That was great.
Amazing. And we're gonna, yeah, it's mostly just gonna be talking about fencing, and we're gonna go through a bunch of his bouts. You were national champion 2024, correct?
Yeah, like well, won the Div One
That's hype.
national champion. Well, I think April Knack, but I'll take Div One champion.
We'll take it. And then, yeah, that
Yeah,
was my first like entry into that was the first time basically I was coaching as a U.S. citizen, or not citizen, but anyway, officially coaching in the USA. So
yeah,
what a milestone! That's hype. So let's, before we get to your final, let's watch your bout with Curtis from the Atlantic City NAC. Let's see how it goes.
great.
If I do recall, did you lost this bout because after this Oleg beats him?
Yeah, yeah. So this was before the bout with Oleg and Curtis. This was in top eight.
Spicy bout. But like
Yeah, that was
Curtis,
it was a good bout.
I fenced him a few times, never. But like he's very stressful to fence. Let's just say that.
Mhm.
What was your mentality going in?
Well, we had fenced in the second round of pools, same day. It was like a really tough pool. It was me, Curtis, Adam, Rodney, and Alex Liu. And I lost 5-2 there, and it was just kind of him pulling out, prepping, drawing out my counterattack, him running with blade, and he killed me with flesh. So
Yeah,
I'm
there's
going
lots
into
of
my
like counter
DE.
six flush.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that he's very good at. He does it, I think, in almost every bout I see of him. It's draw out and then this really strong six. So I'm going into this bout ready for it. I wasn't ready for it, but I was trying to be ready for his attack. Me and my coach came up with like a plan for kind of what to do with Curtis in certain scenarios, and then we built along the way, kind of changing what I was doing, because he also fenced a little different than how it was in pools.
So let's have a look. So yeah, 15 at bout two, it's a bit different. Like in a pool bout, like specifically, I'm like, if you're down 2-0, ah crap, right? But like down 2-0 in a 15 is not the end of the world. So definitely
Yeah, yeah.
different vibes. Like I've lost to people in pools that I then beat like 15-5 in DE just because of the dynamics of the bout. Let's watch.
Right.
So there's a good chance. Curtis is so special for me because like the flesh is coming, but it still hits.
Hmm.
Like
It's
that
so
squat flesh is
fast.
coming, and then it still
Yeah,
hits.
yeah, yeah.
And
But
then
it's just so
somehow you're
fast.
like,
It's
I gotta stay cool. I need to not let him and get into my head. And then what does he do? He flushes at me, and now I get pissed off.
no, it's crazy. It's crazy how good it is. Like there it is. He
Oh, he
just
hit you right
immediately.
away with it, like guns
Yep.
blazing.
Yep. Well, I think I was trying to kind of draw out the flesh. I was like, okay, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I'm ready for it. I can parapost. Parapost was not the play.
Yeah, the only thing the Canadians and I came up with is like, oh man,
Ugh.
it's like as soon as you even think he starts, you gotta call him out. Like we would just like straight up be like, run at him.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
that's what I needed.
it's just you need the
And we
confidence
started to
for
get
it.
it. Yeah, yeah. And that's what we at some point I think I started getting was yeah. It's just the squat flesh. As soon as it starts, it needs to be forward, nothing back. Because as soon as you start going back, that's when he kills you with it.
We fenced in Turkey. We had an unexpected comeback against him. It was actually Xiao. I was supposed to go in and fence him, but Xiao was like, I
Hmm.
got him. I had him in pools yesterday. I'm going to smoke him. And I was like, tell me the 100% that you're going to do this. He's like, I trust you, bro. Then at one point, like, he lost a few points, and then he kind of looked at us, and we were like, just run at him, dude. Like, follow your heart. And then yeah,
Yeah.
he went like +6 in the bout by just straight up eating it.
Dang.
Um, but yeah, sometimes you're not brave until you have to be, kind
I
of.
am.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's not messing around.
So like you are.
Uh-uh. No, and our entire pool was just Curtis running at people
Boston, is it cold
for 6 bouts.
Feel like how it is here. It's temperate.
But especially, but I mean, you're high enough in a ranking to where you're in top 32.
Yeah.
Like I find,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
unfortunately have to go through Mordor, where I've got to like do a pool and like 2-3 Ds. So like stamina here, do you find it's a bit of an issue, or are you generally okay?
I was good here. Curtis was not exempt. So Curtis had been fencing for a long time. Whereas I started my day second round, it was actually really nice. First time being second round. I was feeling good. It felt less than I fenced at practice just because it was, I fence about, sit for 5 minutes.
Sick.
Yeah, it was kind of working. Yeah, working around the wrist because he likes the up, and then squat down flesh. So kind of trying to stay around the wrist there. But stamina-wise, I was actually really fine. It was, I think, the hardest thing, especially with Nax, is the cooldown in between bouts. Especially when we get to 32s. It's long. It's really long.
Oh, long, okay.
Yeah. Because we had, like, from my 64 bout to my 32, I think it was 45 minutes.
Oh, that's long.
Yeah, because they have to wait for 32s. They wait for.
They wait for everything to
finish. I apologize. 32 into 16. They have to wait for all the 32s to finish, and then they start the 16s. So it's a long amount of time.
Yeah. Do you have any like trick? Like for me, like I try to stay in my bubble, so I become a little bit antisocial. Or do you just like, or do you just don't care? Oh,
I try to be, yeah, kind of. He's going slow and then into a flesh, but I try to be anti-social. Like I try to stay to myself, but I talk a lot, so it never works. I end up talking to a ton of people, but it's basically just I have to re-warm up. As long as I get removing a good 5 minutes before I start fencing, warm up everything, get back, do some footwork. And I have to actually focus prior to the bout, like for the 5 minutes, 3 minutes before the bout starts, just to get back into kind of the fencing mindset.
So like in general, I've watched the few bouts I've watched. Generally, you're pretty like your bouts like there's a lot of tempo. Like you go fast-ish. Like even like
I'm not.
And then the other bout, I think Skyler Liverat, like they're very quick bouts. You put on a lot of pressure. I would not like fencing you personally. I need time for the AI to kick in.
Yeah, but no, I don't. I like pushing a lot because I can easily, I think, get bullied around the strip, especially by somebody like Curtis. I'll get absolutely bullied, or by Skyler. If I try to go back, it'll be just them kind of absolutely drawing everything out of me.
Yeah.
So I like to stay with pressure a lot.
All right. I accidentally kicked us out. We're back. We're still good.
Okay.
So your last thing you said, you like to pressure a lot during bouts.
Yeah. I like to pressure in the bout. Especially it's been a big change since I was in Y12 when everything I did was at the end of the strip. I would sit at the end of the strip, parry, and that was it. And so I would lose. Y14, I had a lot of losses. First year cadet as well. And then starting second year cadet, I started using more pressure. And then now it's just like a lot of pressure, kind of working in and out with pressure.
Interesting. So like, that's interesting. So like, I had the same thing when I was younger. When I started fencing, like, French grip, pistol grip doesn't matter. I would go to the back of the strip and I would just counterattack, like my life depended on it. What, like, for you specifically, like, what made you change your mind? How did you gain that confidence?
It was more of I was tired of losing, I think, or tired of losing because I was at the end of the strip. My mom even threatened to pull me out of fencing at one point if I didn't do an attack because I was so like afraid in my head to do an attack or go forward. Like on guard ready fence, I start retreating because I didn't want to get hit with an attack. Like I was like afraid to attack because I knew I'd get hit.
Yeah, you're afraid.
So then
of
at the club, I
outcome.
had to work. Yeah, I was like, I know I'm comfortable with a parry or post. I'm gonna keep doing it. And that stopped working as soon as everybody kind of got taller, got stronger, realized they can attack, lunge, or take blade well, and then I was completely kind of screwed in fencing.
Yeah, yeah, same. I found at one point that there was like basically like someone worked really hard for that first point, and I was like, well, they got the first point. I get the masters over now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I feel that in my core. Because there's a lot of people
So-
just naturally who tend to be very, and then I realized that if I'm being aggressive, it actually opens up more opportunities for me to use my defense. Because people will try to call
Yeah.
you out, and then eventually you realize it's like the most Chad thing you can do is you push them, and that actually creates more opportunities to use defense.
Yeah. No, and I like that as well because I still incorporate my defense that I've had since I started fencing, but I can also now attack if needed, and I'm starting pushing. So I like where my fencing's at right now. Obviously, it's gonna continue to try to expand it
Yeah, your
in terms of what I'm
pop-off
able
is
to
only
do.
a gun.
Hopefully. I do not see the screen.
Oh,
I think when
apologies.
we got disconnected.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Good.
There we go. It should be good now.
Let's see. I see something. It's loading, but
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's why we do a different bout before the main attraction. All good?
It's loading.
Okay. No rush. No rush.
See. But will you be? Are you fencing still for Canada?
No, I'm
No.
going mostly. I'm gonna be mostly coaching, like 90. Like maybe I'll fence a tournament here and there, if my ego can handle it. But I am all in on coaching now.
Okay. So you'll be at November Neck
I will be at
coaching.
November NAC, yeah. I'll be on most snacks, except like I wasn't at the last one just because AFM we still have mostly kids. We don't have a lot of like this one is the Div 1 and Junior mostly. We don't have so many. So I think only Sergey Bita went to this one, or not even.
Okay.
Anyway, so we send based on how many kids we have, and let's just say Bita's got more pull than me. But I'll be at November NAC if anyone wants to come say hi and check out the pre.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll say hi.
Word. All right, can you see my screen yet?
Actually, no, it's still showing loading.
Okay, that's okay. So let's stop and turn again. Try again.
Yeah, maybe reboot it.
No problem.
Yes, now it's good.
We're back. All right.
Great.
That's unfortunate. That's the kind of hit, right? I feel like you had the right idea, but you hesitated a little bit. Like your arm's a little bit behind you. That could have been.
It's with Curtis's kind of fencing. It feels like almost he's stuttering in front of you sometimes. That causes like you to stutter. Yeah. So it was good, very good timing from Curtis. So I thought I had hit and it just slid off. So I was like showing, I thought it hit, but I think he may have been there first.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's like sometimes he starts slower, and then other times it's that just blitz flesh.
That's not bad. I don't know if you did this on purpose, but watch how like here you go back arm out, and then the one right after you give him full commit. Do you think part of that was a bit on purpose, or?
We'll say yeah, it was intentional, but no, it wasn't. I don't think so. I think I just kind of saw it as he was coming. out, like kind of slower out with like a short lunge. I think I just saw the opening right then and there quickly to extend my arm rather than go back.
You're tired of being bullied.
Yeah, yeah. He continues in the bout to attack.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Like it's this little like half step and then to a small jump. It's very, very scary. Yeah, the biggest issue is because you know the flesh is going to happen. You just have no clue when it's happening.
Yeah, have you found like it's easier said than done, but like do you think you could have found a way to provoke it more, or is he just so much on his own timing?
I think I could have. I definitely think I could have figured ways to draw it out, but it's more I can draw it out, but I still have to be fast enough to finish forward to score the touch.
Let's go, Simon.
Like I know I can kind of like he's doing right now shorter lunges that he knows will end up hitting for him doubling or his single.
Yeah, even if you draw it out, you're like, can I actually punish this?
Yeah. Like I know I can draw the attack out of him, exactly as you said, but it's just whether or not I can be there when he does it. Oh, I won't forgive myself for that one.
Oh, that's too free.
I went. You can't see it, but I went with a duck under. I thought he would flesh, so I was at my end. I assumed he was gonna flesh. I was gonna duck under him, and then he did this short lunge that kind of dropped down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it just went right on top of my arm.
Right on the last second too. What a shame.
Yeah. It wasn't an unexpected touch to happen though. I knew that he was gonna end up coming. I saw 5 seconds left, saw his on guard position ready to go at me, and I was like, okay, he's coming. Oh.
Yeah,
I just have to be ready.
So like, in the minute break here, well, what I'm guessing you had coaching, but also like,
yeah.
what did you tell yourself, or like, what kind of advice did you have, or just kind of plan did you make?
Well, we were talking about how all of Curtis's singles were because he just went with this like duck down flesh, fast flesh that I was always going for parry riposte for, or I was trying to counterattack like backwards. So we were talking about how it just needed to be as soon as he starts, as you mentioned earlier, just finish forward, like kind of go. And
Well, okay. So
that was kind of it, because my fencing needed to just stay relatively the same because it was working what I was doing. It was just the finishing action that wasn't working.
Okay, so let's see how that after going into the next period. So like sometimes in the break I'll get overly nerdy
Come on, bro.
as to where like I'll be like, I know he's gonna think I'm gonna do the opposite, but then I'm gonna counter the opposite with that opposite, and then like I know that you know that I know that you know. Am I crazy,
Yeah.
or does anyone else do that?
I do not do this. I try thinking in the simplest way possible.
Overthinking.
I'm always in the simplest way possible. Like, okay, here's what he's doing. It's working for him, so he'll continue it over. Of course, when it's the opposite, though, if I were up, let's say 8-5 on
Yep.
somebody, I know they're changing. I don't really think about how they're changing. I try to keep it the same as I did in the previous period because it worked. And then based off his first or second touch or my first or second touch, I'll be like, okay, he's changed this. Let me slightly adjust what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'll try to go more like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
Right,
if
yeah.
you start proving me wrong, then I have a plan. Like I have a backup in case that the winning ticket is not so winning anymore.
Давай, Сёма.
Oh man.
Yeah, I parried low there, so kind of he went right into the floor.
Yeah, for sure. Let's confirm.
Floor.
Yeah. Like I went all the way
Yeah,
down.
1,000,000%. Yeah,
Yeah.
no chance.
No, and then
He knows
and
it too. He's not even
immediately said it was
arguing. He just knows.
No, yeah, no, he went. No, he even said like he told the ref it was floor.
Ah, good on
He was
him.
like, "Nah, that was floor." Yeah, no, it was definitely yeah.
Oh,
Once again, it was back. I knew what I needed to do. I just wasn't. I don't know
you're
why
a
I
little
wasn't
bit
going through
scared.
with it.
Like, if you went
Yeah,
into that,
yeah.
I think that was yours.
Potentially mine or a dumb one. at
Worst
least.
case double. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Давай, Сёма, давай.
Yeah, it was a lot of I think in this bout knowing what I needed to do and then not doing it.
Like, it's so mental at that point. Cause it's not a skill diff. It's just like I was scared.
Yeah, I'm like, it's Curtis in front of me. He's gonna parry me.
Oh, and he played that well. This time you tried to
Yeah,
go
I
in,
went-
but he had the 6 ready.
And then he abused it immediately. I went, well, now, yeah. Even there, I was like, well, now what? I went forward. It's very rough. His arm is just so fast
Lightning
that
fast.
you think, yeah, you think you're there and you're not there. He already has your blade. Yep.
Like, just you see this, and you're like, oh crap.
Yeah. Like he hit me before I even I think started to react to it.
Come on, Simon. Come on.
Well, what I just noticed when you were slowing it down as well, I think, is he's kind of prepping. When he preps, he drops his arm in the same way he does it right before he flushes. So you
Yeah,
really have no clue that it's coming.
really hard. Yeah, I did really well. And if we look at his, like, it starts as a step, and you're like, okay, it's the same. It starts relatively the same, and all of a sudden, like, by the time he's made his decision, look at your foot. It's still in the air, and you're just
Yeah,
done.
boom.
It's like, honestly,
he's
one of the
getting
best flushes in the
close.
world.
Come on.
No, it's really good. I think he gets really close without you noticing as well. I think similar to how Sam Imric does it.
Oh, these tricky
Come on,
fencers.
Simon. Come on.
Yeah, like Sam will do it a bit with his arm and his positioning. I feel like Curtis just does it with, like, raw athleticism.
Yeah.
And just every little fake becomes life-threatening.
Yeah, that's exactly like every time he preps, I'm going back because I'm like, well, he's gonna flesh now. Oh, this prep is exactly the beginning of this. It's the same prep as his flesh. That's why it's so annoying. But that time, I think I finished more forward.
I think that's one of the cool things. I think once you get, like, higher level, it's not so much about Cruz is here, the Olympian, the goat.
Oh, Cruz.
The épée.
I'll see Cruz
for who went to the Olympics for foil, his backup weapon.
Yeah, I'll see Cruz in like a week or 2 weeks in San Salvador Junior World Cup.
You can get a lot better by, instead of trying to always beat your opponent's action, learning how to impose your actions. And then by the time you get to the bout, you're very used to imposing yourself. You're very used to showing your actions, as opposed to, like, you're gonna fence so many people in one day. Like, how are you supposed to manage to beat everyone's actions, as opposed to figuring out how to set your own traps? And, like, Curtis is one of the best examples of this. But even at high level, you go to World Cups and you realize the top 16, they all do the same thing. You all know it's gonna happen. We all know Cannon's gonna toe hit you. You all know he's gonna pump flesh, but it happens.
It still works.
Давай, Сёма. If he, like, feints together with him, that's when he's going, like...
That's a tough one with Curtis, because, like, part of you, I'm sure, like, there's people like, why didn't you slow down the bout? And you're like, Bro, have you tried slowing down Curtis?
Yeah. Exactly what
No,
was I
that's
supposed to
not-
slow down there? His flesh? Nah, that's not happening. Like in his pool, in our pool, he won about in 20 seconds. I went, what just happened? In second round pools, won in 20 seconds. I mean, he beat me in I think like a minute. Pools. And it was like 5-2. It wasn't even close. I believe you stopped sharing.
Oh, my bad. Okay, apparently anytime I switch any other screen on this monitor, I must be aware. So, let's go back to the last touch. My bad. You see it again?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, I wanted to backflick here. I really wanted it.
You went
I
for
wanted
it.
it a little bit. Yeah, well, and it was also somehow the 6 ended up working here better than it did when I was actually like trying to parry 6, because it was just I think such a large 6 that it just went over. Like there was no him stopping my 6 if it was small.
Yeah, it just went like, it straight up missed-ish.
Yeah, but I mean he was still faster than I was ready for.
Okay.
I drew it out because I was trying to draw out the flesh there, and I did draw it out.
Yeah, you got
but it
it
was
right.
once
So,
again.
like, you have to tell yourself something else to do going next time you have to fence Curtis. That being said, maybe Curtis is watching and he'll be ready. But if that being said, hi Curtis. Thanks for watching. What would you change in this bout specifically? If you go back in
I would
time and like
definitely-
tell yourself like one thing, be like, at least don't do this, and hopefully that could change the outcome.
No, I would definitely just tell myself just finish. Like even if you don't think it'll work, just finish the forward and back. Because I lost way too many touches in that bout on trying to either counterattack back or take some sort of parry down that just didn't work. Just kind of always trying to finish forward, like closing it.
Yeah, just like too many. I guess there's too many points where you're asking yourself like, what if?
Yeah.
And I
I
hate
I
that
mean, I
feeling
don't know how
so
the bout
much.
would have gone. Yeah, I don't know how it would have gone if I had finished forward every touch, but I mean, maybe would have gone either been a lot closer or I would have won. I don't know.
You
It
would
was
have won.
better
I
than me
think you
trying
would
to
have won.
counterattack back.
Let's say you would have won no matter what.
Well, I'm sure Curtis and I will fence again. One of the upcoming knacks.
Cool. So, let's see. Do we have any questions? Not yet. Good. All right. So let's skip on now. This is your Summer Knack 2020. So this is basically, what were your? I guess this is your first like massive W at a knack, isn't it?
Yeah, teams. Had a couple team results prior. I think 2 team medals prior to this. I had a 32 at April Knack. Where I lost to my teammate James Settlewald there. But really, no, nothing good, nothing this good at a knack. Not even 16s.
Oh, really interesting. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Yeah, I think you fenced still in French.
No.
Was that not you? Oh, that was someone else wearing a pre-air mask. So
At October.
not this
which
one,
knack?
but the knack before that. I think you fenced still in French. Is that right?
I do not remember fencing Dylan
Okay,
French.
then you probably, yeah, I feel like you would remember. Then it was enough someone else wearing pre-air stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. Maybe Ari.
Potentially, although anyway, it is what it is. So I am wrong sometimes too. The AI is not sentient yet. Fantastic. Yeah. So, this is your first finals. Hopefully not the last.
Hopefully.
Oh, Lewis Patterson in the house. Hi, my bro. How are you? How did you feel? Like first finals, like you're probably a little bit nervous, or who knows, maybe you're not. Tell us how you felt.
I I don't think I was actually that nervous just because I was so tired. I was exhausted from the amount of fencing I had done, especially like the hard bouts. I had two 15-14s prior to this bout, both of which I was like, oh, it could go either way. So I'm just gonna keep fencing. Even with the finals, like I had about 15 minutes before this. I was just kind of laying down, trying to rest my entire body and my legs. I was exhausted. I was just kind of like, I'm fencing at him. I'm just gonna go and fence him on strip. I really like the fine. I really love the kind of how the final strip with an audience. I love fencing in front of other people. So it didn't feel. I didn't feel that nervous. It was more of an excited defense kind of nerves.
That's hype, and that's awesome. Excited. I like that. And then Adam Rodney, he's a bit, I guess, a bit of an old timer, but he's still
Yeah,
strong,
he's
obviously.
been getting yeah. He's been getting knack medals for a long time.
Been out here, and I've definitely fenced at him. He's got even for French grip, like yeah, he's long, but he's got his own style to it. He's a bit less
Mhm.
traditional, like big invites. He likes, like that. You know that six
Yeah.
invites coming with the top flick or invite
Hmm.
hand low into like foot hit or something. Did you have
Yeah. Or
anything like
thigh. He likes the thigh.
thigh? Yeah, or the lunge flesh is always
Yeah.
hard. Did you have any plan on him specifically, or were you just like I'll go with the flow just because it's so long in a day? It's hard to plan that far ahead, and I don't know how
Yeah.
much of a break you had between this.
Yeah. I didn't. I mean, there wasn't really a specific plan for Adam. He didn't fence any of like the alliance guys, so I couldn't really ask how he fenced. And I was fencing at the same time as him, so I didn't really get a watch. But I had just kind of general plan for like French grip, kind of stay on the wrist, take some beats, and then go with the flow, kind of see what he's doing, and then adjust.
Stay on risk. So let's say stay on risk with some beats. So hi, for people who are struggling with French grip fencers, fencing versus French grip fencers. So we just say,
Mhm.
whoa. So like if you had like one tip, like someone's like, I hate fencing French grip. How do you what's your first tip you give them?
I also hate fencing French grips. So I, it would be, I think, to take beats, like try not to take massive blade. Really try to stay focused on wrist with beats, just because most French grips will do some variation of a fake pullback fake pullback attack of some sort. So any big parry just gets absolutely wrecked by it. This little
Yeah, so
right
stay
in,
strong
and
on the
it's
tip, no big action.
yeah, yeah. You can't take big actions or you're gonna get wrecked.
Oh, we got
So
two
I
questions in
like
the
to stay
chat.
beat.
How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 17. I turn
Oh,
18
young
in
lad.
December.
Young
I'm
lad. That's
2006,
higher.
second year junior.
Do you mind asking, do you have mental preparations for these long tournaments?
Yeah, I do some breathing. Just try to get really focused. I like to talk. I mentioned earlier, I like to talk a lot to other people, especially at NACS. It's a completely different vibe than practice. You're around people who you don't see all the time, but like friends that you've known since you were 8, 9 years old.
Also,
Um,
you do like to
so I,
talk. That's good though. Like everyone's
oh yeah,
different because
yeah,
like I was a bit more old school where they'd be like, you shut up, you go in your corner, and then you're gonna like it. And I was like, okay. So I kind of trained
I've
myself
I've
that
been
way, even
told.
though I am relatively social. But I'm like, yo, no, but like
Yeah,
this actually kind of helps me. And they're like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. But it
yeah,
helps you
I've
relax,
been
talk to your
told.
friends. Why not, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I also try to, I do take like certain breathing exercises to mentally prepare myself, kind of just get focused. That way I'm not completely wandering off to wherever, and I'm focusing just on fencing. I don't think of it as fencing good or like I'm feeling good or bad, but more I'm gonna be fencing good. So I try to think of how I want to fence that I know it's like my best version of fencing. So a lot of times I think back to, well, for October Knack, I was kind of thinking of my fencing at Summer Nationals. How I fenced there to make my fencing so I guess good in compared to my practice, because I don't practice this well. Like I go to practice and I'm not fencing like this. It's I'm fencing well at practice, but because of the energy difference, I think between knack and practice, my fencing just kind of elevates itself at knacks.
Well, yeah, like practice is different. So like I was when I was a little bit better, a bit more of an athlete than I am now. I lost a lot of practice. Like I would show up and honestly, if I won 2 bouts, I didn't really care most of the time, but I lost a lot. Then I would put that in my pocket. And then maybe 2 weeks before competition, then I start focusing on winning. So I'm a very big advocator. It's just like suck it up at practice. Who cares if you lose? Like king of practice usually will win his entire pool and then he'll choke out in his first D. Especially like I find that if you focus a lot on winning at practice, you're gonna practice really bad habits because people tend to rush a bit of practice, like big actions, right? And then all of a sudden you're taking 5 seconds action in the middle of the strip, and then you wonder why when you go to tournament, you're like, everyone's just waiting. And you're like, well, yeah,
Everybody
of course.
sits, yeah.
Everyone sits. You haven't practiced how to set up anything. You're just going on people giving you free stuff. So, yeah, anyway, just for people who are like, who can't find the difference, that's where it is in general, I find. Practice, if you practice survival instinct, yeah, absolutely. Good job. King of practice. But
And especially, like, don't be
so
discouraged.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lose.
you just gotta
It is
not
what
be
it is.
discouraged at practice. Yeah. Like prior to both Summer Nationals and October Knack, I think either a week or 2 weeks before, every day at practice, it was horrible. Like I'm sitting there and I'm like, what is going on? I have a knack coming up, and my fencing is like awful, and I don't know why. And so then I'm going to the knack, and I take like 2 rest days before. Show up at the knack, I'm fencing my warm-ups, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is better than practice, I'll take it. And then the tournament actually starts and it's nice fencing. But you can't take the losses prior to the knack as any meaning towards how you're gonna do at the knack.
Yeah, I remember before I got my Pan Am medal, the week before my leg was hurting a lot, and I felt terrible about my fencing. And then I had 2 camps. I had one camp that was like, no, you got to keep practicing or you're going to like get lazy. And I was like, I feel like if I'm not ready the week before, I'm not ready at all anyway. So anyway, I advocated for myself. I'm like, nope, I'm taking the week off to make sure I heal properly. And then I ended up popping off. So yeah, I think mental health is a big, the way you, the things you do with your mind can have a big outcome on how you're going to act at competition.
Yeah.
Bad dress. Otherwise, when am I fencing in the USA? Who knows? When Simon will fence team with me. Otherwise, yeah. Anyway, mental health is so important. Don't take the L's too hard. And I like that you mentioned something very actionable. You're like, what am I doing when I'm fencing well? I think that's so good because it's so actionable. You're like, maybe I was bending my legs. Maybe I'm moving more. But it's something immediately you're like, I can do it. Like, it's not like there's no variable. If I just start moving more,
Right.
I will probably fence better.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
For me, it's
yeah.
like I find my on guard. If my on guard is good, at the very least, I can start there.
Right. Yeah, no, I think of it just as a general fencing, and my like I know I have to do my half steps. I know I have to be moving in and out, all of this. So like I think of how the entire fencing comes together, and it's good.
I find one thing that's frustrating against French grips is the fencing tends to be a little bit like non-interactive.
Yeah. Like with Adam as well, he's very long.
It's a big distance.
So
You're
I
like,
knew I had to
"Please,
keep a
man."
distance. Yeah. I was like, I'm staying away from you. Yeah, it was. I think I went right over his shoulder on that one. Yeah, I wasn't ready for this kind of low body lunge that he does, where he kind of, it feels almost like he twists his body a little bit to the side.
Yeah, and like his step even started low, but then
Yeah.
over the shoulder.
Yeah, he kind of drops underneath, which I was not ready for. I think from there I kind of learned immediately. Okay, he's lower.
Yeah, I
Need to
just
adjust
dropped the
how
tip
I'm
a tiny
fencing it.
bit.
Yeah.
Oh, commanding.
Oh, I felt that.
Yeah, just grab it, close it. Very good.
Yeah.
As a French gripper, like, I don't know, I feel like in general, French grips, we hate parry 8 or take 8. When people do 8 well, it's so scary for me. Or just French grips in general. If I'm struggling against a French grip and they're giving me blade, I'll just like slap it in 8 and watch them panic. In general, if anyone has problem with French grips, find your parry 8.
Yeah, especially on a French grip like Adam, who's down, who's starting from down.
Yeah, it's like the one line you
with the
can
tip.
find. Worst case, like you close it back up with your tip and it just turns into a flush.
Yeah.
Or a lunge, what have you. So what's...
It was counterattack? Yeah, kind of counterattack to his
Yeah.
arm when he was prepping pullback.
He was being a bit lazy on the prep.
I don't actually know what he was trying to get out of me in this one. Like, I could tell with Curtis.
Let's see. The ref kind of gets in the way.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, I think he was trying to...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looks like he's almost trying to draw it out, but he wasn't ready when I actually went.
Yeah. I think he's just over prepping and he forgot you were fencing.
Yeah.
I'll let him start. Is that someone calling that to you?
What?
Oh, someone like yelled out, "Don't let him start." I'm assuming they're telling you. Oh,
It definitely was. I don't think it was me yelling. Yeah. No, he was also kind of very... I would describe his fencing as smooth. It's kind of very fluid the way he's doing things with his blade. It was a continuation from almost the prep with the circle 6 into a lunge. Whereas Curtis was very like 1, 1, 2, like prep foot.
yeah.
prep
It's like
arm.
it's like a almost like a Curtis is more like a cannonball.
Yeah. Like now I'm just trying to... Ooh. Yeah, I think Adam was prepping and I was showing large 8. So I saw he pulled back, so then I showed and then flushed. Yeah, as soon as he pulled back.
This is really nice, but watch how you're showing parries, and immediately he wants to hype the rhythm a bit to make you scared, and as soon as he starts, you no longer parry, you just send it. The old opposite game.
Yeah.
So this one, do you remember? Were you in top 32 that day, or was there 2 rounds of pulls? I don't remember. No, there was not.
No, we did. Why didn't we have 2 rounds of pools? I feel like we had enough people to do 2 rounds.
How was
Maybe not, because I remember...
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I remember I fenced first bout, I think in 128s. So I don't know, and I had a bye. I don't remember how many people there were.
But
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Stamina, any kind of issue here or no?
Yes.
A little bit
I
tired.
think stamina's a little bit tired. Yeah, it's a little. The bouts themselves are much. I
It's
think,
so intense
higher
at
intensity.
competition.
Yeah. Than at practice, even though it may be less bouts than I do at practice. Some days, I was definitely more tired, even with the breaks in between bouts.
Ooh.
That was kind of short. Yeah.
Because
I think
right now you
because
look
Adam
at
is
control
going-
so comfortably.
Yeah, I think because Adam's also going from down, it's almost shortening his distance a little bit from my counterattack over him. He's kind of swooping under.
So Adam's like clearly slowing down here.
Yeah, I think Adam was also tired. He fenced I think he fenced Ian Sanders before this, and Ian's a lot to deal with as well. Ian's very fast paced.
Lewis says this gives him Fabrice Genet versus Kolobkov vibes. Oh.
No, nice, yeah. He pushed me to the end, got me to start, and just immediately bullied me. I like Kolobkov's fencing though. It's very nice. At some point, I was really trying to copy his style with the heavy blade. Yeah.
That was a really well drawn out action. Like I feel like his prep started here.
Yeah. No, he was trying to take it slow, get me back. And then as soon as I actually started anything, he just went tip first forward. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
That was nice. Because he knows he'll win on the... If we both extend forward at the same time, he knows exactly who's scoring it.
Oh, French grips win those every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I have PTSD when this happens because I've like nonchalantly been like, okay, let's go to break, and then someone run at me, and then win the bout.
Yeah. I can't. No, I'm always kind of cautious about it. I'm like, I don't trust you enough to get close to do this with you. It's almost with everyone. I don't even trust sometimes with like if I'm fencing a club mate. I know sometimes they'll do it as a joke or they'll flesh at me, and I'm like, I don't need that.
Get out of my life. So this first minute period, what was going through your mind?
During the break, well, I had a. I'm trying to remember. I think it was we had a clearer idea of Adam's fencing at this point. Me and I trained mainly with a coach Sasha from Alliance. So I think at this point we're like, you can't go back to the end. Because I think the one or two times I went to the end, I just got, straight attack. And what's not going to work again. I'm not going to score at the end with an attack. I think it was a lot of kind of trying to fight for the middle, pushing, lighter blade, prepping, and because he's doing large preps. I think at some point I was trying to attack. But I think that's what the plan was at that point.
So more or less here, just don't back up.
Yeah, try not to go back. I immediately messed that up. Adam's putting more pressure.
Yeah, like immediately we're backing up.
Yeah. Well, now he's not going as slow, moving a lot more, drawing. Oh, yeah.
His rhythm is a lot higher.
Yeah, Adam's now working in the drawing out game. Definitely doing large preps to draw out the slower attack that I had. I think I got kind of lucky with the remise.
Yeah, like lucky, but you make your own luck sometimes. Like we're happy for the double here.
Yeah. Well, no, I was very happy with the double. I was like, oh, because as soon as I actually remember thinking, as soon as he took 6, I was like, dang, he got me on this one, and then somehow I managed to like weasel around. And I was like, ooh,
dang it!
I'll take a double on that one. I was like, I'll take the double. Yeah, it's the same thing that he did like 2 touches ago at the end of the strip.
Yeah, you started following him here a bit.
Yeah.
Like for
you can't be following.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, like there's a big difference between like I put my blade out and then they look for it. I'm in control versus they're putting my blade out and I have to follow. And like he smelled blood in the water instantly. He did 1 prep and you followed here right there and you were done.
Yep. Yeah, I was. I needed to. I needed to definitely create my own. I think my coach is telling me now to do your own thing. Like kind of prep, create your own actions. Don't follow him.
Yeah, he's yelling that out. I can hear you. Create tip.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little far. Yeah. And there was not enough prep on it. Like, he was just kind of sitting there, almost, and I just straight fleshed for no reason. Yeah. Nice counterattack.
All right, so here, like, he's clearly got a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
I like that you like take a hot minute to get back to your on guard line. Do you
Try
have
not to
any
get yellow
tips?
carded for a delay.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I
I'm terrible for that, especially now that like I'm exhausted after 2 points. But like, I take nice
yeah.
little hikes up until I'm almost getting a yellow card. But like, do you have any tips or like other than just walking back? Do you have any tips? Like, someone's kind of getting momentum. Do you have any tips for like
You
delaying about, maybe getting your breath back, what have
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I know all the ways. You can always unbuckle like jacket, say, "Oh, my strap, my strap is
Jackie,
loose
yeah,
over here. I
that's
gotta
good.
fix my." How are they gonna check? They can't know. But you kind of avoid pull the strap. I don't ever do this one. I know you can. I never do it. Always pulling up the socks because I do have this issue anyway. A lot of the
Socks,
times,
yeah.
especially after sitting. Yeah, you adjusting the socks. Tying your shoe is a good one. My shoe is
Tying
loose.
your shoe is so free.
Um,
Bend your blade.
yeah, bending your blade. Yeah, especially if you like need to bend it on the floor, so you have to come
Yeah,
down.
get
Get
off
on
the
the mat,
strip, take your
adjust
time.
it.
Then you ask the
Yeah,
ref,
you
right?
gotta.
You're like, hey, is this straight enough for you, bud?
Yeah, yeah. So you gotta find all the ways, but
Finesse your
make
way
sure
through it.
if you're doing it if you're doing it because you need to kind of ruin their momentum, try not to make it very
Yeah, don't be so
clear.
obvious. Yeah.
You're delaying the bout. No, but I definitely do. I do my socks a lot just because my socks do tend to fall. Especially after sitting for like 25, 30
Yeah.
minutes, they're falling while I'm fencing, so I always have to pull them up. So sometimes I do it kind of when they get momentum, you like pull up your socks.
If people with long hair, fix your hair. Once upon a time, I
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
man bun. Fixing my hair was a godsend.
I used to have very
Although you
long
had
hair,
pretty
so it was
long hair
always,
yourself too. You know the deal.
I used to have all the way though, like full down the neck and everything, and so I had to always take off the mask, fix my hair and everything.
Yeah, I had the Jim Morrison vibe. Oh, I was slick. I was slick. So this is more or less what we were just talking about. Look how like they're like you have the initiative. Like he's reacting to you taking the blade, and then
Hmm.
immediately, yeah, sure, the action is massive, but you're like in epee sense, you have priority.
Yeah, yeah. And especially at that point when we're both up top with 6, I think
That's
I
all
should
you.
typically score that just because I'm smaller than him. I maybe could have singled that one if I had been up a little bit more, kind of with my blade up instead of counterattacking.
That's. I mean,
low.
there's foreshadowing involved, but I'm pretty sure at 14-14, you get the same.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very similar thing, yeah. Yeah.
I find that I stopped losing a lot of stupid, like especially at practice. When anytime I get hit with a surprise attack, I just label it as like I'm stupid or like I was not ready. At tournaments, I feel like it should be very rare that you get caught in the middle of the strip actions in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's unless it's with like Curtis, where it's more of just him being better through 6. It never. I think I rarely see it happen where somebody gets just like under the wrist little hit. Yeah, Adam was working hard on that one.
Oh, the legs were
Completely drew it
just
out.
beautiful.
Ready, yeah. No, he was really ready with that one to go out. And my coach was even telling me, don't lunge. Stop with the lunging. Because lunging does not work, especially with a tall French grip. Unless you're from like this distance, you are not lunging at somebody like Adam Rodney. It had to be flesh.
Agreed. Every time I fenced at him, I never lunged to the body. I've only lunged to the foot or just straight up sent the flesh.
Yeah.
Ooh, good reaction.
Did he miss that first one? Or did I take blade early on that?
Let's see.
When he went the down up.
Let's. I think if you didn't beat, he would have hit. But he.
Well, on the flesh, did I take blade?
Yeah.
Oh no, he kind of missed. Or did I parry? Oh, I parried. No, I took 4.
You got the
and
4
he
on
just
that.
went all along. Got it. Okay. Because I couldn't tell if he had missed that one or if I had taken 4. Because I also angled my body slightly, where it just kind of ran all along.
Yeah. The old, I don't know what to call it. The body slide.
Vice.
Oh, very nice.
No, but I can tell I'm also slowing down. We're both kind of slowing down at this point.
You're exhausted.
I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm trying to compare this to like my bout with Curtis. I'm like, dang, I'm moving a little slower here.
Let's go, Simon.
Oh, you even got Cyrus of Chaos cheering for you.
Yeah. Andrew and I think have become
you
good
say he's
friends.
one of the
I've known him
homies,
for a
right?
while. Yeah, I've known Andrew for a while. Yeah, he even posted.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah. And it was low as well. He knew I couldn't really take full. Oh, he hit the foot. Dang.
So this is. Because, like, he went from, like, really slow rhythm, and all of a sudden, he just hit you with the 1-2.
Yeah, very kind of, I think, similar to how Curtis does it, where it's slow, fast.
And then, like, this is
God.
beautiful, because, like, your attention is, like, kind of in this upper cone here. And then immediately as he drops, boom.
Oh, that was nice. And it's because I think I wasn't really bothering when he was going down, because it felt more like he was relaxing rather than continuing defense.
Yeah,
As
the
soon as he
body language
relaxed, it
here
went to the
was
foot.
crazy good.
Yeah. Nah, that
Like,
was.
I'm not even
I was
mad
not even
getting
ready.
hit by that. You're like, that was good. Good for you, man.
I wasn't even ready. I think here I thought that he hit me with the flesh rather than the foot. Because I was like, oh, I think I was like, oh, I missed. But no, he hit the foot. I was nowhere near that.
Cool. That was good. And then immediately, like, I had the feeling you didn't want to be the victim again, so you just start pressuring.
Yeah. I don't really know why I was ducking, though. Just because he hasn't actually done a flesh yet. Like, there was no reason, and his attacks haven't been very high. I don't see a reason in
True.
ducking. I think I may have done it as a prep.
He was calculated. Big brain.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we're waiting from 25
Yeah,
seconds.
you're likely.
This is the point of
But
of
it's the point where I
exhaustion we're
trust
at.
no one, though. Look at, like, 10 seconds,
Yeah,
and he kind of sends it.
No, and he's pushing. Yeah, he's going. He's going. Like, I could tell from here he was going forward. If I recall, we ran out of time before the touch went off. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I think as soon as he started that flesh, the time ran out. And I think it would have been a double on that one.
So, third period. You remember roughly what happened in the break here?
I think we were just trying to keep it relatively similar because it was working. Like, there wasn't anything that wasn't actually working. I think we discussed, rather than parrying some of the ways I did, maybe trying to finish more forward, trying to finish with flesh instead of lunge. Kind of still the basis of working with moving and then showing beat. Because that was definitely working, because he removes his blade whenever I do it. I don't remember if I fleshed again, though.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I think I asked for video for him turning around.
Yeah, I would ask. Even just anything. Who knows?
No, and I think I unintentionally hit him with the blade. When we got into that close, I was going like boom, 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 because I couldn't tell whether or not there was a halt.
Yeah, well, at that point, you're fighting for your life.
Yeah. I think they called core to core prior to the tournament. Yes.
Okay, let's... He got you sleeping. Beautiful action.
Oh, it's right on. Yeah, no, and it was right over the knee, all along the thigh. It was nice. Because he can do it from so far, especially for the thigh.
Oh,
He can
he's so
start from
lanky.
far away and hit it. Yeah, like I'm not counterattacking that until he gets to my body.
Oh, he tries it again right away. He was really close to hitting
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, no, I thought
Whew.
it looked like he hit. But
He
it
just
just
missed.
bent on me.
I think you felt it. There was like a bit of a halt or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it was just more of like a slap, but I couldn't tell. This was neither of us knowing where the side of the strip actually was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So rather than a slow lunge, it was kind of a flunge.
And I like that you're kind of calling him out for showing you the same prep over and over. Like, he kept showing you 6, and at one point you're like, I'm kind of tired of this. You take those. Oh, like hyping yourself up.
Yeah,
You must be
yeah.
exhausted.
Because I think at this point we were getting a little nervous. I was like, oh wow, it's just I was like already 2 14-14, so I don't really want to go to a third 14-14. Because I do have a bad track record prior to Summer Nationals with priorities or 14-14. Oh, right on the wrist.
Oh.
Or arm.
Yeah, see, as soon as he gets you to look here, you're in so much trouble.
Mhm.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so I showed Blade, or I went 4 and then tried doing a short lunge and right on the arm.
So, what are you saying here? Assuming it's PG.
It definitely was. It definitely was. I'm always trying to be nice with the coaches. I think I always am. It was probably along the lines of I don't like why didn't it work, or I don't know why this one didn't work, because I think we talked about this action potentially with like prep and then go 4 or post quickly. Maybe it was a 4 flesh and I went lunge. I just didn't understand. So I think that's what it was. It would need to be draw out 4 flesh as soon as he starts, and I didn't do it. And so I was maybe yelling at myself more than the coach.
Oh. Oh, did he miss?
He went. Yeah, it looks like in between the legs.
Honestly, like, the distance was too close for him.
For him to do a thigh. If that went into my thigh, it may have broken my knee.
Because, like, I tell this a lot to people who are practicing advanced targets. I'm like, practicing hitting from too close is, like, more dangerous. Apart from physically, because, like, when you hit, like, you need to hit or you're going to miss by, like, 12 miles. When you do hit, it's going to be sick. When you miss, it's going to be horrid, like this.
Yeah, because he's ending way too far. Yeah, he had no chance of remising there.
But, like, imagine, right, instead of being here, he ends here. Worst case, his is here, and you can continue or even just double out on the way back. So
and that's what he was trying to do. He tried it. If you pause it right there, he was trying to remise up, but he physically couldn't just because of how far he ended.
Yeah, he just couldn't. He was stuck, especially he hadn't done.
Like, look, he's trying to remise. He remised up, and he just couldn't pull it enough.
So like mentally you're like, I just missed, but I think like of course he kind of did just miss, but at the same time, the distance was way too off.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm still getting nervous watching this. I can still kind of feel like
that was a big moment.
The
for
nerves
you.
from fencing. Yeah, and I could be watching any bout. Oh, it's once again the stupid thigh touch, I think. Yeah. Oh.
Way better.
Because he was catching, I think, me on the same jump in and out, in and out, in and out. Like I was repeating. I wasn't going in and out of the strip, kind of going back and forth. I was just standing in one spot, in and out, and he caught me on the forward.
The old fake moving.
Yep.
All right, so 14-14. What was in your mind?
I didn't really have anything right here, but when we went to the on-guard lines, I was like, he's gonna flesh off the line. He will go off the line here. I was so certain of it. I was saying I'm
you knew
ducking
he was
off
gonna
the
send
line.
it. You had a feeling.
I could tell, I think, just by his kind of stance. I was like, okay, well, he's gonna attack off the line. Like, he's looking like he pulled up his pants. He's looking way too excited to start. And his tip was kind of up. I don't know. I just kind of figured he was gonna go with a long attack.
Wait, let's look at the body language when he gets on guard at another point.
Maybe it's the same. I don't know. In my head, it was
No, but like
completely
his hand is
like
low.
he's just,
At first,
yeah, he's looking a little more lazy here. I think not lazy, but less of his knees bent.
Well, it could also just be a feeling in the middle of a bout, right? So it's, I just want to see. Yeah, he's a bit more chill.
I don't know, maybe it was the first time I actually noticed him pulling up his pants because he did it at this time.
It worked.
Like his knees seemed slight. His knees seemed slight. He looks a little more ready to start. I don't know. It was just more of a feeling. I think right there. I was like, he looks ready to go.
He looks way more tense on the shoulders.
Yeah. But I think also because it's 14-14.
No, you're just ready for it. At 14-14 nowadays, I'm super ready. That's hype.
Yep. Yeah, so that's Oleg. And Sasha. So those are my who I take lessons from. And he seemed like he knew whether or not he won or lost that one. It was like he was attacking off the line.
When you make a gamble like that, you're either a complete genius or the world's biggest idiot.
Yeah.
There's no in between. Had he gotten that, everyone would have been like, "Wow, he's so clean."
No, it was strange to go with 6 off the line, which was the only thing that I was confused about. I think he assumed I would go and try to counterattack again.
Yeah.
And that's why he took blade. So I just went around, but it was I think if he had gone with like a low lunge, like one of his long low lunges, I think it would have resulted in a double.
Yeah, true. Because he
single,
took so much time to look for the blade, your tip was already kind of on target. Yeah. And it was already kind of matching your general game plan anyway.
But if he had gotten that 6, if I had gone straight forward up instead of down, it would have been so nice.
He would have looked so silly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
But here we are.
All and right, then Adam and I fenced. We fenced again at Oktobernacht pools. I knew ahead of time we'd be fencing because we were both exempt. So I was able to kind of calculate me and him being together just from, like, because they're doing it exact. You know, the seating ahead of time for the top.
Yeah. You go all the way out like that. Wow, you're
a lot of people don't like to do it. No, I love to see who I'm fencing because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm fencing Adam. Okay, I'm rewatching that bout. Like I knew the night before based off seating. I was like, okay, I'm rewatching the bout, and so then I was ready to fence him again, and I won 5-2, I believe, in pools.
So it was worth it.
Yeah, he had a 5-4 with Curtis though, which was nice.
Well, actually, you guys had a hard pool though.
Yeah, it was us 3, Alex Liu, Sergey Kudryavtsov, Dennis Kraft.
Yeah, let's go look at US. Let's go Oktobernacht last 30 days, hopefully.
Yeah, good one, men's top one, first one. It was
like Alexander Liu's no slouch. I've never fenced Sergey, but I'm probably.
Well, he's also all 3 of us are aligned. So
I've
been fencing with Sergey for a long time. He's also like my year, so.
Dennis Kraft is no slouch. Like I'm running. Like this is a hard pool. Like there's no bout where I would like. I don't know who Baron Wong is, but it looks like everyone made him play the part of the.
I think he was
guy.
younger.
Yeah.
I think he was a younger fencer. I think he fenced, if I remember, cadet at that NAC or whatever the event
Like
was there.
very hard.
The
Let's see,
younger
did
event.
Sergey make it out? He just made it out.
Yeah.
So like by a very slim margin, 1 point less, he might not have made it out.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
very hard pool. Like that's I guess one of the harder pools. But that's snacks for you. Once you make it out of the first pool, the second pool, like it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
bloodbath.
No, because my goal in that second round of pools, I saw that pool and I'm like, if I can just make it out, I know I can be fine in DEs.
Yeah, just make it out and then you're warmed up. You're good.
Yeah.
Interesting. You had a team kill right away.
Yeah.
So
Which
feel
was
like when you look at the
unfortunate.
tableau, are you? I know like sometimes I'll get ahead of myself and I start thinking about my top 8 match while I'm still in like top 64. Obviously,
No,
the right answer is
I
look at one match at a time.
well, it's obviously that should be the right answer, yes. On the other hand, I don't do it sometimes, especially in juniors. I'll sometimes look ahead a lot.
Yeah,
I'll
because
look
you
up
feel like you
until
have
I'll
a few
look
free
ahead.
ones, relatively speaking.
Yeah. And then I didn't. I lost very early in juniors. Like but with here I looked and I saw Philip first bout and I didn't even look further. I have Philip first bout. This is horrible because I don't like fencing Philip. Because he is a very lefty pistol grip, very strong flesh. Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
it happens. Keeps us humble.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll go
Didn't-
with that.
didn't love. Yeah, I should have been a little more focused, I think, in terms of fencing in juniors.
I'm supposed to ask you, how are the cows?
Oh,
Apparently you'll get
that's I got it. I understood it. Yes, that's I went to a couple years back to summer camp in Basel, Switzerland. That's my roommate. I roomed with him. It's a German fencer, Moritz.
it. Yeah.
Camp, I think Glasser. Yeah, and when he found out I was from Texas, and he liked to ask how are the cows.
Is there supposed to be a lot of cows in Texas? Is that a thing?
A lot of farms, but I live in a suburb of Houston, so there are no farms.
Fair enough. All right, let's do one more with Skyler. This is a 6-minute bout. You win this one fast.
Yeah, this
and
one
then if
was
you have any
this
viewer
one was a
bouts,
speedy
we can
bout.
watch them. Let's
Yeah,
go
a
and
lot of double touches.
Skyler. I've never fenced Skyler, so I don't know what he's like. From what I've seen, I believe he has a pretty good 4.
So I spoke to a couple teammates prior to this bout, especially once who I know Skyler because his age. I fenced Skyler once or twice before. I think I lost like 15-4 years ago. But I heard he has a pullback. Like he loves the pullback. So he likes prep, pullback, like fast lunge.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard was like I heard from multiple people he loves pullback. So I was like, okay, I know I can take blade on his prep, take blade. As soon as he starts this pullback, I can just close forward.
Yeah, that's the.
And I was like,
the
that
pullback. I
should
call it the drawer pull.
Yeah. And so then I was like, either I'm doubling or singling. Miss.
Let's have a look. Yeah, and I feel like Canon like fenced at the NYFA as well, so like I feel like it's a bit of a trademark of that club. I think, or maybe they kind of got pioneered there ish.
Yeah.
But like right away, this bout though, immediately I'm like you're telling Skylight you're fencing me, not the other way around.
Yeah, I was pushing with the entire bout. Like, I don't think I went to my end once.
But like, I was wondering why you were fencing like this when I skimmed this the first time. And that falls in line with the plan. You knew there might be a pullback, and you just called them out on it.
You see, and that was the issue. I can't go back. I went backwards with counterattack. Yeah, it needed to be forward. I was telling myself forward.
Immediately, don't go forward.
Yeah, I don't even know what to tell myself anymore. And it's the way that my coach just always looks at me afterwards, like, you know you're supposed to go forward.
Yeah, and it's not the end of the world. Like, I mean, especially in a 15.
Right, yeah.
It's
No,
kind
I
of
was...
like direct feedback. You're like, this is why I told myself to go forward. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly why I was like, oh, okay, well. It wasn't a big deal, but I was also like, I've been telling myself prior to this bout, finish forward. And then I didn't do it immediately.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I didn't finish forward on this one. I think I just kind of... I hit a duck at 2-1 when he was up. So I was like, oh, I'll duck again. Maybe it'll work.
But like, even if for a duck, like you're, I guess like it was a very forward intention duck.
Yeah. I don't duck kind of backwards a lot. I like to go forward with duck. So then I just kept finishing forward from there. I don't know if I went back at all for
I
the
don't
rest of
think
that
you go
battle.
back ever again. This is
Yeah.
I mean, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Wow, does this
Especially because he wasn't scoring
period?
singles. No,
Oh.
no, we made it. We finished, I think, second period about a minute in. But I don't remember if he scored any other singles in this battle because it was just always doubling.
Nice. Yeah, it's Skyler. It's his opponent. And you see, this is what we were talking about earlier. Like, you are on the initiative, so the parry ends up being wide, and you still have
Uh-huh.
the remise opportunity immediately.
Mm-hmm. I really like though how Skyler's fencing's like it feels very like coordinated is kind of the word I'd use, where both of everything's moving
He has
at
very
the same
clean
time.
fencing.
It's very clean.
It's very pretty.
Like him, Alex Lewis has similar kind of very clean fencing.
Man, you're in complete control right now. Even though like the score is kind of close, but I don't feel like he's in control at all.
That's a lot of doubles on this one. Especially when he's going to the end, there's just nowhere he can't kind of go back and try to draw out a parry post. He's stuck there.
But once he's here, like
forward.
you're in complete control. One, he can't go back, and then if you decide to take a step back and he follows, he's following.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's win-win.
Yeah.
Getting someone frustrated on doubles is really funny. Yeah, if you're the one winning, it is.
If you're the one winning, yeah. When you're the one losing, it is very frustrating.
Big blade actions from Sky, but they're kind of forced to be big. He doesn't want doubles. He needs to either catch your blade or find a perfect timing, which you're not giving him. He's crashing out. He's only down 2. But yeah, he is crashing out, but I still think it's kind of forced by you because you're not letting him breathe.
Right, it's like constant. There's constant pressure, constant blade action. I'm really not letting him set up anything.
Ooh. Yeah, he's very frustrated.
Yeah, because he hasn't had a single since 4-4. 5-4, whatever it was right there at the beginning. Oh, okay, right there.
How did he say that?
And I think that one, I dropped down, yeah.
And he finally
He had a hit.
he took a bit of initiative. Like he opened up on purpose, bigger than usual, and then he just found something. I think that's tough.
And he was standing. He had the advantage. Yeah, he had the advantage on top.
Yeah, exactly.
With that one. I think if I'd finished forward, it would have been another double, rather than down. No, this next touch, I was very happy with.
Oh, I saw this clip on the Discord. I remember this. Well done. Good fencing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Goodness. So.
On top.
Let's see. All right. Thank you for reviewing your bouts. Let's see.
Of course.
Do you have time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see if anyone. So what we'll do is we're still streaming. Just we'll go on the Discord, like go in the analysis channel, and then I'll stream my I'll stream from there, and then some people can submit their bouts and we can roast them.
Yeah.
So 1 sec. So we're gonna hang up this call.
Yo, what's up?
Yo. Let's see.
Oh wait, I should stay on the stream, probably.
Yeah, just keep the stream open, but I'm gonna share my screen.
All right, bet.
There you go. Simon's here too.
I think I left the other call.
Yeah, you did. So I'll share my screen again, and then everyone can watch that. The only thing is that people can't see our faces now, but we'll survive.
All right, where should I post about if I want to get it reviewed?
You can put it. Just put it in the about request. I'll pick it up
All
later.
right. Damn, which one do I pick?
So many to choose from.
Like, part of me wants to do something where I'm getting cooked, because, like, then there's a lot to learn from. But
wait,
also
can we just submit, lesson footage?
You want lesson footage? I mean, whatever you want. Hold on. I gotta mute this real.
No, like, as in, if there's some shit that we're trying to do in lessons, one analysis on it, could we do that, or?
So I couldn't hear anything because of the dude cooking a steak in the background. What were you saying?
Yeah, like, whoever...
Alright, so we got a boy here. Can you all
Houston.
Yeah, so...
whatever's sizzling in your background, I don't know if your house is on fire.
Oh yeah, someone's hella loud. He cooking a whole breakfast, bro.
Alright.
Can you, like, turn down the gain on your microphone or something?
Can I...
Houston?
Did I mute him? Or... Just put the...
He joined the stream from the back.
If you're not me or Simon, just have yourself muted. And we'll go with that. And then whoever's being talked to, you can
okay, I'll
respond.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Cool.
Alright, Mr. Sankovsky.
Yes.
Oh, it is in Ontario. I was there.
Yeah, you were coaching against one of my pool.
Let's go. All right. So why this bout? And then if you're in the Discord, you
I've
can watch the stream. Yeah.
I
Okay.
I liked like my fencing and my distance, and I mean he was supposedly a harder opponent than me, and I like felt like I mentally completely understood how to destroy him, but I just made some impulsive decisions, and I kept missing my repost. Like I had everything like in position, I just like missed like a dumbass, but I
Let's
felt like
see.
I understood where to be, you know.
Let's have a look. I kept missing like a dumbass, he says. So actually, so you knew exactly what to do. What did you know exactly what to do?
I mean, at the beginning, I was still figuring it out a little bit, but like I had that, and if I was a little bit faster, I definitely could have landed that V post. Um, I mean, he keeps his arm out a lot and is pretty like, I don't know how to describe it, like straight. I don't know. I tried to flick a lot because of that. I probably should have flicked a little harder because there was one I hit later, but he does like make it kind of clear when the distance is small. He's about to flesh, so I was kind of ready to parry a lot of the time. I did get parries, but
So this one
couldn't
I'll give
land
you
it.
better benefit of the doubt. I'm okay to say you just missed. Let's see what the other ones are. Okay, so far so good. Take those. Oh, that's me coaching in the background. That's my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like you're leading the bout right now. He seems to be following a lot of your preps and your movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now you're a bit of a Chad. But apparently it goes downhill.
Well, see, I felt like I was leading the whole bout. It was just little dumb mistakes that sold these opportunities. I knew I was too close there. Like my mind told me, "Hey, you're too close," and then I just didn't do anything about it.
So like this is okay.
Like
Then
I
you
had
open
that
the
dialogue.
distance and you're like, come at me. And he's like, sure. And you are not ready. Alright, so
I
from
was a
here
little
you
bit too
kind of
close to be
goofed.
going for that.
So I just
Yeah, I was
like
too
you let
close
the
to be going for
ADHD
that.
take over. Right
For
here, like,
sure.
and then like right now you open the distance and now it's reset. So I don't feel like you're in control anymore. Now he's leading. Does that make sense? Do you see what I see?
Yeah. Yeah. He hit me there.
He kind of knew. So like, okay, brain fart accepted. Also, I feel like a lot of your preps, other than like that top flick, which hasn't hit yet, but like I feel like there's nothing behind it. You're just kind of doing it because this homie's shown us like big six a few times, and we've yet to like maybe I
Yeah.
don't know try going under the hand or something. Like here, like I feel like this is
Yeah.
vulnerable. I don't know if Simon sees something else, but that's what I'm seeing.
My computer's tweaking out just a little bit, so I'm a little bit behind on the stream. But yeah, I just missed that.
Yeah, you have a good parry. It's clear that you're hitting the six twice. Like I've seen it twice now, where you're taking a good six on his flesh, and then both times the riposte just didn't seem
Dude,
to
this is
land.
happening all day against this guy Alistair Wu too, and actually Trevor Cheng, who I beat. But like, I don't know if you remember, Sam, but like when you
I
attacked
did
me,
like
I would like
100 bouts that day, so I don't remember them all.
yeah, no, that's I took Preem like 3 times and then just like spoofed it
I
over and over
feel
again.
like you're getting the parry, but you're not super stable on your legs. It's like it's really inconsistent, and that forces your riposte to be really
Yeah.
wonky. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Let's look back at the first one. Let's see. It was this one, I think. Oh, okay. To be fair, he kind
I'm
of ran
really
into
close
you. We
to hit
can't.
that.
I think there's
Yeah.
another
They
one.
card
US
for that?
This is a USA regional. Of course not.
Oh, unfortunate.
Should it?
Was that? Yeah, I would have carded. I mean, I don't know. It just didn't look like he tried to avoid at all hitting you.
Yeah, he just
that
like
first
sent it. He's making a
Yeah.
statement. This is his
I
stream.
do bump into him more later in the match that makes it hard to infight. Infighting is my best aspect. That's like why I like fencing tall people, which is weird, but I like almost get the points always on infighting, and I couldn't do it because he would slam into me sometimes.
I feel like in
That was
general you're
pretty
given
bad.
like you have a good parry, but you don't have like anything behind it. So once the other dude realizes you're not gonna call him out that much, he just works on setting up until you get stuck, which is around here. Then you see
Yeah.
here, you're super forced to react, and then it's not the cleanest for me.
Hand is low.
You know, he looks like a Simon Jr. here, just putting the pressure.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
for
does
sure.
look very similar to my bout with Skyler, where it was pressure and the other side was showing six flick.
Right?
Is it 2-2 now?
I think it's 3-2 against.
Oh, 3-2? Okay.
Oh, so we take that.
Yeah.
That was a good leg. We take those. I can't. Finally, you hit it, so you proved me wrong. Yeah, you're I don't. Oh, finally. Like I don't know if I'm using the word properly, but like you become the victim and you're about too fast, I feel. Or you lose initiative. Although you get that parry finally. Let's see why.
Yeah, he was too far to do that. And I was pulling distance.
But look how clean your legs are here
Yeah.
relative to the other one.
Yeah, I was moving backwards as I took it, and it was pretty far. So it was easier
Right?
to hit.
So, what does that mean? That means if your parries are missing, it's not a parry issue. I think it's a leg issue. Right? So instead of being like, I need to have a sharper parry, I think you should go to like, I need to be on my legs more.
I wanted to double out because it was 4-3, but my extension
Oh
was kind of
God,
bad.
stop right there. Don't ever say I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna double out.
Bro?
Dude,
Yeah.
we've like Simon's laughing too. We know the drill. Don't ever say I'm gonna double out. Every time I've told myself I'm gonna double out, I lose.
Yeah,
Word.
you have to
Okay.
try to go for the single. If it results in a double, you can't be mad about it. But
Yeah,
Trying for the
Yeah,
single.
okay.
Don't go for doubles. Everything you do is a single. Right there. As soon as he said that, we both laughed.
Okay.
You see? You
Right,
were
yeah,
undercommitted. You didn't want this hit. You were hoping it was gonna hit, and he calls you out on your little flicky flick.
yeah, because you just tried
Yeah.
doubling, and you got to just work on
Hey,
this.
that's
Like
me.
what worked? The six riposte kept working.
And my first hit was an attack in 8. So I tried it again.
Well,
I like going
against
forward with 8.
against him, it would have worked. He constantly shows 6, right? And then the dude who
Yeah,
shows
right there. But yeah.
the
doesn't
distance is
count.
off here. This is like you're way too close. You're looking for the blade more than trying to hit. But you think about it, right? If you do the disengage motion with your fingers, right? It's very similar to taking
Yeah.
8 at the same time. So if you go in with a good like opposition or hitting mindset, in my opinion, there's a good chance you'll just ram it through, assuming you
Yeah.
got a good distance.
Yeah, I take too big when I attack because I'm just treating it like it's a parry, instead of opposition, and that's why I lost this last point. He just disengaged around it. I was way too big. It was like a terrible idea. Oh, that's overtime. Let me send the last touch if that's possible.
But
I mean,
yeah,
I could just
immediately
tell you what
my
it is.
like
So.
direct feedback is like be less of a victim. Like just find
Okay.
more initiative.
Yeah, I would have just kind of watching it. I was just thinking like, what worked for you? What was working? And what I was seeing was that the 6 riposte seemed to work really well. Like even though you didn't hit it 2 of those times, like you grabbed it and you were there. You just kind of missed. So I definitely, if I were in that scenario at that when you were up, I definitely would have tried grabbing 6 riposte rather than trying to just trying to close distance and score that double, because you would have had. I bet if you had drawn out his
Yeah.
flesh, 6
Sometimes
riposte, it would have worked.
Yeah, I agree.
when I started fencing again like a year ago, like that's the only thing I would ever do though. So I do feel like reliant on it sometimes. I'm like, okay, I don't want to get disengaged. Like I don't want to do this over and over and over again. Because when I got my D rating, like I won bouts by just getting them to attack me, take huge 6, repost
Yeah,
over
don't
and over
overthink
again.
like the rating or whatever. Like I got a D because I did X thing. Because ultimately,
No,
like, once you even
I
have
was
your
just saying
A,
like
I don't really think about the
being
rating of the guy in
successful.
front of me.
I just meant to bring up like I was successful at a point doing that, but I didn't. I don't know if I could be more successful repeating that same like exploitable thing.
Yeah, I think you
I should-
can. Like if you
yeah.
have an insane 6, you'll find more ways to bait out that 6. Like who's a 6 taker? Like Nikishin was an insane 6 taker. Obviously, like you got to round yourself out, but like we said in the bout earlier with Simon, like it's once you get it's easier to get better at setting your traps than it is to try to beat everyone's actions.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. Like just find a bit more initiative, and like if your parries are missing, honestly, it's a leg issue, not a hand issue, is what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Word.
Cool thing.
Who's next? Oh, we got Levi. Levi. Is Levi in the chat? Yeah, he is. Let's ping him.
That's Dylan Katz that he's fencing.
Yeah. Levi. All right, you hear Levi?
Oh, I was
There's
muted.
the
Sorry.
boy.
Hey, what's up?
Hello. All right. Why this bout?
It's just a pools. It was one of my 2 hardest pools bouts. I didn't make it out of pools at the neck, and I was very sleepy, and it's unfortunate, but I just wanna. This bout was kind of weird, because I like went for foot right off the line like an idiot, and then had to make a comeback, and then still lost.
Let's see. So homie immediately sends it.
Oh, let me
Oh,
here we go.
sad.
Yeah. I'm usually ready for remise or something there, or parry 6, but I thought I had a read on his footwork, and I just didn't. Like,
Yeah,
I was
a bit
watching him
rushed.
beforehand. Yeah, I was watching him beforehand, and I was like, yeah, so this kid, like, every time he steps back, he steps forward again. He's got the NYFA kind of, like, like, footwork pattern. You see that?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so when he steps back, I'm going to go for his foot. But it did not work out like that.
I think if you worked it longer, it was possible.
Yeah,
I think you just kind of sent. Oh, that was a good counter. But you see, like you didn't have to work that hard to come back. It's 1-1 again.
Yeah, I know.
This is sick. And like you played right into that. He opens, and look, you're immediately ready for him to send it.
And it especially helps with fencers like I think Dylan Katz, if you know ahead of time kind of what you're gonna deal with. Like Sam, I don't know if you know Dylan Katz, but like I've known Dylan for a long time. He fences like tons of attacks, like small and quick, just very, very good flesh. So when I fence him, I like know what's coming, so I always prepare for that ahead of time. So Levi, I don't know if you had a similar mindset going in.
Well, he was my last bout of the pool, And I did. I was like, yeah, this kid's going to flesh at me. Like, I just need to
Mhm.
I just need to make him think he can flesh at me and then step back. And it worked at least a little bit, but I definitely just was too excited, I think. And I was like, I need to win this bout or else I don't make it out of the pool. And I
Mm,
pressed too
yeah,
hard.
having that mindset doesn't always help. Especially in pools at Nax,
Yeah,
it,
it'd be
it puts
super
more
rushed.
pressure on yourself that you don't need. Yeah, it puts more
It
pressure
was
that you
true. I
don't
mean, it felt
need.
like the finals, like for me, because it was like I've already lost 3 bouts in this pool. Like I have to
Hmm.
go and win.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
pressure, and then every point either brings you closer or further away from your goal. So you end up fencing
Yeah.
either overly conservative or underly so. Oh, rushed.
Yeah, it's a terrible flesh too. Like the footwork is really bad.
Is honestly just like specifically a rush and way too far.
Yeah.
Like none of the info we got prior to this told us that we should be like yeeting it. We got some light twitches. And he's not stuck at all, yeah. And then he just does a nice clean 4.
I can tell you from personal experience, like when I fenced Dylan in pools, I was not gonna attack him. I literally
Yeah.
said I am not attacking him just because I know that he because of his kind of size, his parry
He's going
is
to have a
very,
parry.
very,
Yeah.
he's gonna parry post small. Um and if it's a long attack, it will not work. I think the only kind of attack I did was I work around the wrist with short lunge, and
Mhm.
then maybe a slightly longer lunge to the foot after
I was
a
gonna
fake.
say, like,
Yeah, that
personally,
would have
like,
worked
I
for
would
me
be
too.
looking under his hand, like, all the time. And then
Yep.
as soon as he
Yep.
stops moving, I would probably drive to the foot.
Yep, that's exactly what I did. I think for 1 or 2 touches with him, and the rest were just counterattack when he flushes or parry post when he flushes.
Yeah, I would stay, like, right under his hand. As soon as he starts, I either jam, and if he doesn't want to start, I either push back and look at the foot or something. In an ideal world. But I don't know, for me, like, it's the on guard that tells me this. Like, this guy wants to take, like, 8-4. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that one was one of the things I've been practicing, and I'm very glad that I hit it.
Right on the
I
hand.
flipped the
not
hand
bad.
over.
Ooh, dang,
Clean.
that's long.
Yeah, so
Dang.
check this
Hold-
out. If you watch it in slow motion, I also hit him on the foot right after.
What? Noni?
I hit him on the hand and then remise to the foot.
Nah. Swag.
How tall are you? Just
Enough.
because I can't really
Dude's
gauge
like
based
8
on
feet
that.
tall.
I'm 6'4".
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
so
okay.
I'm
I was
tall
trying
enough.
to figure out based on how long that lunge was. I was like,
Yeah, it's long.
if
as fuck.
I'm close to Dylan's height, I don't know exactly like how tall you are. That's a long lunge. It's like
It is. And honestly, my lunge is so much better than my flesh right now, and I flesh too much.
yeah. I would just say kind of build the flesh then at practice.
Yes, that's been one of my like training goals recently.
Yeah, that was good.
The hand preps are getting good. That's alright. I like. Oh, I really like this prep here. This is almost really good. Like this right here. This is really good. This not this. Like this feint. This is so good. But then you got a little caught up, lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Did you look?
And then
Did
I
you
was
look at
pissed
the
off.
scoreboard?
No, I just panicked and crunched up. Like,
Oh.
Panic squirm.
yeah. And that panic response needs to be something better. It needs to be like a drop back counter attack or like a parry 4. But it was like,
Guard the face.
yeah, it was basically like just pull myself in and try not to get hit, but that's not gonna work against a short guy especially.
Which neck is this?
I believe it's probably October, right?
Oh yeah,
This
no,
is
this
October
was,
now, yeah.
yeah, this was this month, yeah.
All the neck venues look the same at this point.
Yeah.
Convention centers.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him in, Levi.
Yeah, I gave him too much. I gave him too big of a prep.
That's not. I mean, it's a good double by him.
Yeah. But like, was I behind there? I think I was behind 3-2.
Yeah, you're behind the score right now. You're down 1.
Yeah.
So right now, personally, I'm either if I'm in your situation, I'm like just so focused on his hand, and if anything happens I don't like, I'm running, or finding the blade. Oh. Oops.
Oop. I have another one.
Yeah,
It
sure.
was like the other hardest bout in this pool. I'm trying to upload it right now to YouTube. I think I'm just gonna give the Google Drive link.
So here, yeah, good. You kind of missed, but at the same time, you weren't exactly ready. I
Yeah.
think the biggest culprit was the big brain fart at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Uh,
that like set the pace for the bout.
Like you're either like overly setting up or overly biting, is what I'm feeling. Yeah. How do you feel, Simon?
I mean, I'm watching. I'm just thinking you look so annoying to fence. I would not.
Oh, he
wanna
is.
fence
He
you.
is. He is. I did a camp with him in the summer. He's a pain in the bum defense.
Horrible to fence just because of your like how like
So
long you
gangly.
are. Yeah, it's the prep. Your prep is really nice. I really like how your prep feels and looks. Into your parallel post. I just think that a lot of time, like I saw as you cramped up, if
Yes.
you can keep that kind of prep with your front foot and then immediately start with your back foot, which gives you room for the parallel post, or don't even go back, fake parallel post from there, and because he's going to continue moving, like he can't really stop with you.
Yes. So something
But
I've been
because
working on with my coach. Go ahead. You can finish.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, but because it's just Dylan Katz and he does sometimes stop, I would then prep front foot, go back with parry, like with your back foot. That way you're not getting scrunched up like you did.
Right. Yeah. Something that I'm working on with my coach in the last like week or two, because we identified that issue, was that
Mm-hmm.
like, because I was like, yeah, I keep getting caught in like with straight flesh or with like opposition flesh where like I like try to counterattack and then I just get smoked through the blade. Um and or I crunch up or whatever. So I've started just like taking a step back and like that's it as like my first response so that I can then respond with whatever I need to respond with and just get like open up the distance
Mm-hmm. That's
um
good.
on those attacks. Maybe pull my arm back so I can find parry 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this guy swept the pool.
Wait, this is 30 seconds?
Oh no, it's broken up into 2.
Oh, I see.
Maybe
Okay,
I
you're
said them in
fine.
the wrong order, maybe.
That's okay.
Who is this?
Jovan Jovanovic.
Oh, I know
Jovanovic, the
Jovan.
Serbian
Okay.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's Serbian.
guy.
Yeah, I had him Sam in my pool in Tbilisi.
He's not
Yeah,
bad.
I like Jovan.
He's
Yeah,
very
this guy
Hey,
is-
he comes down to Alliance. He comes down to Alliance sometimes. He's a very strong fencer through blade.
Yeah, I would not want to fire. I would not let him touch my blade, or at least that'd be my goal.
I think
He's
I'm
going-
giving too much hand right now.
Once he finds his confidence, he's gonna be a nightmare to fence.
Dude, I was pissed. How is this not a touch?
Air Jordan.
Close. It's close.
It's-
It's close.
I mean, it
If I was a
depends.
ref, I
If you
would've
look at
called
the
this.
shadow, you can probably. It's up to the ref at that point.
It sucks because like I could have tried to jump straight over him, and like maybe hurt somebody, but got
Here, like I don't blame the ref here. 50-50. Your distance is really good this bout so far.
I don't know what happened. Did I just not go? Did I just go from out of distance? That's probably what happened. I just went from out of distance.
I feel like you
That-
almost
I
like
went-
weren't expecting this to work, and then it did because you got the blade, and you're like, oh wait, I didn't mean to get to this part.
Maybe it might have just. I think I just didn't choose a target. I think I
You
was
got
just
the
like hitting
blade. If
body.
you finish now, it's a double. Worst case.
Yeah, I think I was like. He ducked a little bit. That's what happened. I would have hit him in the shoulder. It was a weird action. I needed to. I think I should have probably just chosen like, okay, I'm gonna hit him like in the sternum right now, and like that point, and then you shoot the fish in the eye. Versus I'm just gonna hit him on the body and hope.
Yeah, it lacked a bit of commitment. Oh,
God, I got. Oh man. Crazy thing is, if I didn't panic, I might have caught him in 6.
you're in fighting. When people get close, you panic a bit.
Yeah, I
A
know.
lot.
Well, part of the thing is that I have to pull my arm back so far, because my arms are blanky, to like, to get in for the infight. There's a second part to this. But recently I started also looking for parry instead. Ugh.
This is illegal. You just kind of gave that to him.
Yeah.
So you got really close. No, nothing
Really
action.
close. Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say that your prep was you're getting way too close for your prep. Especially with somebody like Jovan who will just sweep your blade. How much time was left in that period? Is that a minute 20?
1.5, yeah. I think there's still way more time to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say it felt like it was like 10 seconds left in the period at that point because you were kind of just running. If there wasn't any setup.
Yeah, I think
On that
like
last touch.
especially like Jovan's gonna take your blade. Right, make that hand move, and eventually he's gonna move it a way he doesn't want to, or he doesn't mean to, and then you're just gonna snipe him or what have you, or at least
Yeah.
you'll feel a little bit more in control.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think that my analysis in the moment was this guy wants to take my blade, and maybe that's a like a miscall on my part.
I feel like even like just example, right? Even from just this action here, he goes in, he's already looking for your blade. He's looking for your blade. So for
Yeah.
me, I feel like he wants that blade.
Maybe it's just because he goes for it really small, in my opinion, which is good.
Relatively
Like, it looks
speaking,
really good.
yeah. But you see, like
Nah,
even this here, like
yeah,
he
there's
wants
a
it. He
sweep.
wants
No, you're
it.
right. You're right.
Well, that's okay. I mean, for you, I think this was your first snack, so like
It was my first knack. Yeah.
you're learning. Give yourself some credit. But yeah, watch more. Don't let just don't let the brain farts take over.
Yeah.
Good shit. All right, who's next? We got Mr. Ma. Where you at? Are you fencing a Canadian, or are you?
Oh, this guy's beaten me
Yeah.
before. He came to a FC local.
All right, Mr. Ma, you here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, there we go.
Let's go, Wilson.
So why this bout?
I think this bout just like shows off what like I'm the weakest in. Like he kind of just flashed at me a bunch of times and won.
He kind of just
So,
flushed at you. I mean, as a
yeah.
French grip, I feel your pain. So you feel like you didn't have any way to slow him down?
I feel like I just didn't know what I was doing to like counter. Like I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't know what I was doing, kind of.
I didn't know what I was. Shit. This is an okay double. We've established that dude wants to send it. Wait, this is like your dream come true. This dude's just sending it at every like every opponent opening, and then you get
Yeah.
a sweet single. So far, so good. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I should have, even though he's like a lot better than me. I should.
no, he's not. You're better than you think you are. And like, this guy reacts in 8 and 4 at everything you've sent so far. And look
Yeah,
at his
so I was
body
thinking
language. He's already so upset.
Yeah, some.
You've won the
I was
psychological
thinking I'm
warfare.
gonna counter.
Let's see what happens. You're definitely like waiting a lot. Like, you're
Yeah.
just kind of showing blade, but nothing very threatening. The distance, like I could draw a line like between where your tips are, and you've finally. But you haven't really
Yeah.
crossed it, right? Like ever.
Yeah.
So basically, the one time you crossed it was to full send, and then he takes advantage, right?
Yeah,
So
basically.
I don't know. I don't think he's like that's like I don't think it's that deep, but like from your perspective, like he has nothing to be scared of until you send it. So far, like he doesn't have to be scared of coming forward because you haven't called him out on anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you see something else, Simon, so far.
I mean, it's like your fencing's fine so far. On the one where you went to the foot, I felt you could have finished forward. You would have hit there. Like instead of doing only single action attacks, you can always that was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
Right,
good actually.
you're doing fine. Yeah.
So far, so good.
So far nothing stood out to me where I was like, well, you could have like as a general thing that you could have fixed. Everything seems good.
We're proud of you, dude.
Yeah, I think these two of his flashes. That's where like you're gonna see like.
I can definitely feel that like you're afraid of his blade, even though I feel like you don't have to be. Like his movements are pretty big, and you can induce them.
Yeah, that's.
Here you're just
That's-
kind of waiting. Like he didn't grab your blade or anything. You just were a spectator in your own bout, right? Like you're
Yeah.
just bouncing here, right?
I mean, I'm just saying, kind of, you are a French group, and you're kind of. It does look like you're just waiting for him to do something. And clearly he's gonna attack, so I would have prepped. He flushes, and you could have, I think, just closed distance forward rather than stand
Like,
there on
worst
his
case, it
flush.
should be a double.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
right
like,
now it just looks like you're bouncing.
All right.
That's it.
like at the very least, more active with your tip. Look, even like
Mhm,
this.
like-
Look at this toe hit. Like that drew so much out of
That,
him. Like he's
that was
pan-
nice. I was just about to say, yeah.
Like look how much he panicked. Whether or not you hit this, like this is a power play. Cause you like I bet you like if you feint low, sweeping 8. But he doesn't
Yeah.
want that. Yeah, I think your
Yeah,
tip like not enough tip presence is what I would say.
So like just less like absence, like more tip on target.
Absence is okay, but like I feel like it's never coming up. Like it's too much waiting.
Okay.
Because like Simon said, like the fencing looks good in general. There's no
Yeah.
not much substance, I guess, behind it. Like
Mhm,
people should
mhm.
be
Yeah,
afraid
yeah.
every time your tip comes out. Like it should be a statement almost.
Oh, okay.
Like, 'cause your
Yeah, it
footwork's
feels like
lunge
you're
is
not prepping.
beautiful.
Yeah. Like it's you have the pieces, but you need to find the preps to put everything together correctly, I think.
All right.
Because separately everything's good, but then in order for it to, I think, get you to a certain level of like greatness in fencing, you need to put it all together with preps and because yeah, your foot touch was really good. And all of your actions that I've seen were like nice. Your footwork's good, but then there's a lot of moments where I'm just seeing kind of like jumping in one spot, and that's just not. I just think it's like I do the same thing a lot of the time, especially like a year ago, 2 years ago, I'd be jumping in one spot, and that becomes a big issue, especially at a certain level of fencing when your opponent's not going to sit there with you; they're going to do their own thing,
Yeah.
right? If you want to control them, you need to be moving in and out prep. Because I think in this bout, if you had prepped a little bit and finished forward or drawn out as attack, if you want to parry or counterattack, that's fine. And rather than kind of jumping in one spot, I don't know if that
Okay.
made sense.
Yeah. So like just more active with fork and stuff.
More active with preps, using if you want, you can use your body similar to how Adam Rodney did it. You can use your tip, as
Like
Sam
more
said,
tip,
with your
like
arm.
change of
Yeah.
rhythm, more hand, like a combination of all three.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just one, but like yeah, I think the fencing was good, but just needs refinement.
All right.
But yeah, like honestly, like I bet like you must look so clean in lessons, but then you just kind of melt down a bit when you fence. But like that's not easy to fix, but like fixable.
Mhm.
If you get the not a skill diff. All right, I think that's all the videos we got actually, so we're doing good. Anyone else got more? Like we can go through it, and if not, I'm okay to call it as well. Let's see. Speak now.
Yeah,
Forever
I just
hold your
like
peace.
the one.
Go ahead. Was
I
that?
just posted the one.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Miller.
Yeah, I feel like for this one, I did so much better. Like,
Is this Lance Miller?
yeah, Lance Miller.
Okay.
So
I'm not sure if it was because I was on pistol, but I think I was like a lot
why
more
are you on
confident
pistol?
with the attack 'cause both my French grips broke.
That'll happen. Okay.
Yeah.
How many French grips did you bring to the knack?
I was supposed to bring 3, but I accidentally brought my pistol.
Why how do you accidentally
Okay.
bring your pistol?
I
Yeah.
guess I forgot to
Just
take it out and
casually.
replace it with the French.
Interesting.
What do you train at your club?
French grip.
Only French grip? Okay.
Yeah, pistol. I just like have it like for fun sometimes.
That makes sense.
I would like lock in is what I would say just on that. Like bring your French grips, man. You're a French grip fencer. Like
Yeah.
give yourself every advantage. You wanna but you see, even immediately, maybe the fact that like you didn't care that much because your your pistol real quick, like this was super clean. Like in the first like 5 seconds, I'm not a fan, but it was for you. And then immediately we saw, look how big that 6 was. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm wondering if you put that info in your pocket, because the next one I'm sending like straight to make him parry 6 again, because it might happen.
I'm not gonna lie. That was.
Oh,
I
we
think I
saw
was
the 6 again. It's happening.
On pistol, I kind of thought I was just gonna blast through the parry.
So you're fencing more like a French grip with a pistol than with a French grip. That was clean. Please don't tell me you lose this.
Oh no, I won.
Okay.
Yeah, at some point I would definitely go with a fake disengage off the line. Something that would for sure draw out that big 6.
Yeah, so wait, so before that, you're saying you could go through his parries?
Yeah, I was thinking like since he was like really insistent on getting really close, I thought I'd just like go straight. Like, just hit him
If
before
he's
he-
shown us he wants to blade, right? Let's not, let's just go around it. No? Maybe?
Yeah,
It's like-
but I was on pistol, so I kind of just.
I don't think the grip should
It's
change
more
the tactic
aggressive.
that hard. I'm pretty sure Simon would also just blast around it instead of through it. regardless
Yeah,
of
no, I
the
would've gone-
grip.
I would have gone around. But then again, at certain points, it does look like you can go through. So it just depends, kind of bout like right there when he
This
takes
is
that
fine to go
4.
through.
Yeah.
And you do. So this one is
Yeah, tried the same thing. He didn't. He didn't want that.
you didn't pair, yeah. So this is karma for the first one.
Yeah.
Not that the first one was bad, but like you tried it again without setting it up. Well, that was really good.
Yeah, I think I.
Would
Yeah,
you normally
tried
have
to
a
go
hard
around.
time against this guy? Like I have a feeling because you were pistol, you were fencing super relaxed.
I never fenced him before.
That was really good. You're clearly very happy.
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
I lost all of my bouts beforehand. So
Did you make it out of pools or was it not
no,
enough?
that was my only win.
That's all right. It was an
Was
okay
this a-
bout. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if this was juniors or
Yeah,
Div 1. And no, I mean fencing was good. Like it definitely looked good. I don't know. And so you said this was your last bout, so you watched him fence prior to this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So what I like to do in an act definitely is watch the bouts. Like the person I'm gonna fence next. The bout before. I don't know if that makes sense, but like if I'm fencing
Yeah.
you next, I'm gonna watch you fence Sam right before I fence you. That way I can just kind of see your fencing style. Already start creating a plan ahead of time going into it.
Yeah, going into that, yeah, I saw that he was like, he really likes stepping forward, like pretty big.
Mhm.
So
And it's clear you made a plan, yeah, which is definitely good. I mean, everything looked good to me.
Yeah, like just, like create an archetype. That's something that's very useful. Like I have like I don't know if you think like that, but like I create like archetypes in my head. So I'm like this guy's like a tank that does 6 or whatever. So at least I can kind of go in with like
Yeah.
it's a bit of a D&D mindset, but like I go in and I create something very specific. So at least I'm not going in 100% blind.
Right, yeah. No, I tried to do something similar.
And then yeah, just like if you want, like if I think this might help you, like try to set people up in like kind of archetypes that you can go around, and maybe that'll bring out that confidence.
okay.
Because like I don't know, I feel like your lessons for 100%, I'm convinced they're super clean. And then you're just like lacking a bit of confidence and lacking preparation in general.
All right. So was there any like problems with my fencing here? Like,
I
Yeah.
don't think it's a fencing problem. I think it's a mental.
okay.
Not mental and like you're insane, just mental as in like once you start to loosen up and get those preps going, you're gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely, I agree.
But yeah, cool.
Yeah, you have a very fluid fencing, yeah.
Yeah, just keep going. Like, and how old are you?
17.
17. I know like it can be a little like because like you're Simon's age, right? And part
Yeah.
of you is gonna tell you like, oh, I haven't won a knack yet, but Simon has. Just don't compare yourself to
No.
others, right? It's different. If I had by the time I was
Yeah.
19, right, I had not made a knack final, let alone think about winning one. And if I had stopped at 19, I would have never have done what I've done today, right? So just make sure you're doing fencing because you like it, and like don't let the fact you're not like winning straight up knacks yet discourage you.
All right.
Because people blossom at
I can
different
tell you, I
times.
wasn't even thinking of. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about knack finals at Summer Nationals. I was just fencing. Like you just go into it fencing. You're not thinking, oh, I have to get this result. Oh, I have to win or lose this in order to get this. I need this points or whatever. You're just going in and just saying, I want to just fence well, and I want to leave the bout knowing that I fenced well, regardless of the outcome.
All right.
Perfect. All right. Let's call it there. Thank you, everyone. You're all amazing. And then, low key, buy pre-air equipment. It's really good. I swear, it'll make you better.
Yes.
Other than
Yes.
that, though,
I
if
agree.
you like what Simon did, like, you should let us know because he can always hop on again, or what have you.
Yeah.
And I think there's gonna be a pre-air booth at the NAC, so check that out.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
if you have more
definitely
questions,
go.
put it in the chat or whatever, right? Anything. Just we're very accessible, as you can see. So let us know what you want to see, what
Yeah.
you don't want to see, whatever it is. Heck, if you even want, we can break down actions, whatever, right? Eventually, Simon and I will be in the same room. We can do like live breakdowns or whatever. We'll figure it out. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Simon, thanks for joining. You are a legend.
Well,
And-
thank you very much for having me.
And I look forward
Been
to
great
seeing
talking
you at
about
the net.
fencing.
Oh yeah, I could
Yeah,
do this
yeah,
for
I'll
like
see
3
you.
more hours easily.
Nerding out, yeah.
Word. So thanks everyone, and then hope you guys have a good day.